Hi there, everybody. It's Lisa Starr and some of my task force colleagues from the Global Wellness Institute Consulting Initiative, joined today with Lynn Curry, Wilfried Dreckmann, and Sonal Uberoi. Our question of the moment is, how do you determine the right number of treatment rooms for a spa in a city hotel? Who'd like to take that one first?
Go ahead and go.
All right, Lynn.
Lisa, thanks so much for having us. So it's important that we look at the entire hotel business model and what the entire hotel is expecting, how many rooms they have, what their occupancies are, and what their double occupancy factor is. In a city hotel, sometimes the double occupancy factor is just one. You might have only one person a night most of the time. And then to determine your spa capture rate. And I think it's really, really important to take into consideration also your hours of operation you're willing to operate the spa. If you're in a city hotel and you have business travelers coming, back to their hotel in the evening, that's a perfect time to go have a massage. Maybe they don't want to go have dinner. So what are those hours of operation? And then determining the numbers by dividing the number of people by the number of hours open and taking your peak hours into consideration. That's
a great point. Wilfried, you want to go next?
I would like to add something because especially in a city hotel, I would ask the operator if he allows day spa guests from the surrounding, from the city, and that enhances your source market, let's say. So, and if you have them, or if you allow them, you need to add the potential guests to the number of rooms or treatment rooms.
Yeah, and sometimes they don't even know if they're going to be able to get day business. And suddenly the spa turns out so great. They have all this day business, but maybe they didn't plan for parking. So it's kind of a domino effect with the planning.
That's a good point too. So now, what's your opinion?
I think it's also adding on to what Lynn and Wilfried were saying. I think what I've noticed is also some city hotel spas actually behave like resort spas. It depends on the local clientele you have around the area and also which destination you are. Where is the location of the hotel? If it's right next door to an airport or whether it's right in the city center near a lot of cultural attractions and activities, I think it depends a lot on, as you know, what Wilfried and Lynn were saying, whether we can get local clientele, what kind of hotel guests are coming. Apart from average number of persons per room, I think it's also the average length of stay that matters, and whether they're predominantly weekend stays or whether they're doing day stays. And if the location is something, I'll give an example where, well, this is not the case in Madrid, but people stop into Madrid because they enjoy the cultural aspect. But for example, if it is in another city, that's a stop over to go to another destination, and they're just stopping over there for the day, then it is important to know the reality of the location, the reality of the hotel, the target audience, and also what's around in the destination. And when it comes to pricing, that also affects the number of treatment rooms, depending on the ADR of the hotel. What price can you put in the spa? And also locals, can they afford those prices, or is it only priced for a tourist that is coming in? I think many factors play in when you're coming to see how many treatment rooms you have in a city spa. And I'd also say that for a resort destination.
Well, go ahead, Lynn.
Sometimes we forget about the treatment spaces, right? All of the spaces, including salon. And very often we get into conversations where maybe the operator has a brand standard that they have a salon, but a salon doesn't make a lot of money. It's harder to get staffing, especially in the US market. So do you want to take that square footage and turn it into treatment space? And does it warrant that? And then that also ties into that occupancy factor of your treatment room occupancies.
Actually, you also have to take into consideration the balance between the revenue generating area and the non-revenue generating. I mean, we all need relaxation rooms, we need restrooms, we need hallways and so on, and that's all space we need, but that doesn't bring any revenue. So we have to balance that with the treatment rooms.
So as we're seeing, this is not an easy question that has a formula to answer. We have all of us seen city hotels that were really overbuilt in terms of the number of treatment rooms, whether it was optimistic on one of the many factors we've heard, occupancy, and we also have to think about what in the city, what else is there to do? I mean, guests have so many options at their doorstep that we tend to see lower occupancy rates. So I think this has been a great conversation, and we're going to further in another episode tackle how we look at that capture rate. Thanks everybody for joining us.